The Delta Fireman's Ball is Saturday, July 27th. You can enjoy food, live music, games, and more. There will be a poker run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Keith Davis will be playing music from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information on the Delta Fireman's Ball, contact Jim or Fake Harry at 319-212-8772. The Delta Fireman's Ball is coming up Saturday, July 27th. Don't miss it. Keokuk County Expo 2024 Stars, Stripes, and Summer Nights is the place to be in July. Things start off with a bang on Monday, July 15th with Rogue Rodeo at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, July 18th is the Keokuk County Expo Queen Contest and the Bill Riley Talent Search. On Friday, Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys will be in concert starting at 7:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's the Figure 8 races at the Keokuk County Expo. Bring the family, have a great time, and enjoy the fair at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. At Kaboom Fireworks, we love family, freedom, and fireworks. On top of our rock bottom prices, we have Black Cat, Brothers, Sky Bacon, Fox, Takeo, and others, with everything from sparklers, parachutes, and snakes to fountains and cakes. Did we mention finales? Up to 1,000 grams. There's something for everyone at Kaboom Fireworks, with the best selection at the most affordable prices, where we cherish family, freedom, and fireworks. Open daily through July 4th, located downtown Watchung.
Welcome to this edition of Morgan You Asked For podcast, July 2nd. Hopefully, a lot of you get to listen to this driving to friends, family, or exciting things this weekend. Safe travels to everybody. Are you doing anything fun for the 4th, Trev?
Nothing too crazy. I've been without water here for a few days at my place. So just got back, got the water fixed. I've got lawn to mow. The 4th of July, I'll probably just hang out at home, maybe do some golf with some friends, and then listen to the new Zach Bryan album is kind of my big plans for the 4th. So nothing crazy. How about you?
On the 5th, so we might go. I haven't decided when we're leaving for sure, but I'm going to head up to Minnesota to watch the Twins on the 5th. So 4th is kind of nothing too much. We may leave. We may not leave. The game's not till Friday night. So we don't have to leave until Friday morning if we wanted to, but we'll see. I think the weather's not going to be great here. We had a heck of a storm tonight. We got flash flooding. We got the water coming down the Des Moines River from northern Iowa that was flooding a couple weeks ago. So we got all kinds of problems here in Iowa right now with water, which is crazy because we've been in a drought for so long before this. But we don't know what to do with all the water we've got. Had to go drop Tyler off at his mom's house today. He was supposed to have baseball practice at 6:45. Well, obviously it got, stormed out, rained out. So we were up there a little ahead of time. And yeah, there's water over roads coming off the highway, getting into Pella. And every field has water in it. And every little creek is running as fast as it can. So we've got lots of water here. So hopefully, everybody doesn't have water in their basements and everything else like that. Lucky here so far. But yeah, I think Thursday is supposed to not be great weather here. Tomorrow's supposed to be good. So probably just grill out, do something, kind of pretty boring on the 4th, nothing too much. Just kind of make that decision on whether to head up to Minnesota on Thursday or Friday. So kind of a good time to drive, a 4-hour drive up to Minnesota, though, because the Zach Bryan album will be listened to on the way up.
Yeah, there you go. I got, like I said, no crazy plans on the 4th, so I'll probably listen to that. And I know I text you here once we get off. I'm going to go to the new Horizon American Saga movie with Kevin Costner once we get off here tonight. So before that, had the Fever game on. They're playing better. They're competing with some good teams now. Got the big win against Phoenix the other night. And then right before we got on here, I know Clark had 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists for the first quarter. So they're playing better as a team.
Absolutely. And we've talked about Caitlin Clark every episode, really since the turn of the year. And really, since the NCAA tournament, But yeah, she's playing better. The team's playing better. And yeah, they beat the Mercury, who were the first team at 500. They went below 500 with the loss to the Fever, but at 500 or better. But, they're not the best team in the league, and they were never going to be. So you have to beat the teams that are at your level or below. And as you said, they beat, the Mercury, who were a 500 team. The Aces are getting healthier. Chelsea Gray is playing for them now, and one of the better teams in the league, and they're right with them here in the second quarter. We'll kind of keep you updated as it goes here, but this is one of those games. They moved to T-Mobile Arena, sold out. Lisa Bluter, I can see right in front row, 3 Hawkeyes there. So it's a big night. It's on ESPN. So very, very good WNBA moment right now.
Yeah, for sure. Big crowd there. Hopefully the Fever can keep with them up into the fourth quarter. My guess would be, Las Vegas gets the win. They're just more experienced, back-to-back champs. But, if the Fever can keep it within 10, play a good game, I think they can keep that momentum going the rest of the season. So we'll see how it goes. I can't see it, but I know you've got it on. So if anything big happens, feel free to interrupt.
Yeah, I've got it on right in front of me here. I do this podcast from my living room, and I know you don't there. So, the other thing with the WNBA that came out today, the All-Star team was announced. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, essentially all the players that aren't on the Olympic team that you've heard of or recognize are on this team. And the important part about that is they play against the Olympic team as part of the warm-up and prep for the Olympic team. So you're going to see how Caitlin Clark does against the Olympians. And the Mercury the other night, I believe, had 3 Olympians on their team, Taurasi, Griner, and then one other. I couldn't tell you who that is. But it'll just be a good experience, and I think it will be good for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to be on the same team and get some practice time together, because, like it or not, they're the face of this league for the next 10 to 15 years if they want to be. And that continues down this path. That they're the two, they're the Bird Magic. They're the, the Jordan and the Detroit Pistons. They're that type of. Now they need, hopefully those teams get better and they can get to playing in championships and playing in, I don't know exactly how they do it all, conference championships, whatever they have to do. Because right now they are 2 of the, bottom half teams, but that's what you get when you have a few of the high draft picks here. But, and as we talked about, I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago, or I forget, maybe I talked about it with Zach, but the WNBA missed it and the Olympic Committee missed it on having Caitlin Clark practice with A'ja Wilson and learn from her. And so those girls can see what she's about, and then she can see what they're about, instead of just being confrontational all the time.
Yeah, we spoke about it before too. Probably a missed opportunity, or definitely a missed opportunity from a marketing 101 and getting Caitlin some experience. But you're right, that All-Star game versus the Olympic team, that the ratings will be out the roof for that one. And yeah, in future Olympic teams, obviously, Caitlin and Angel are going to be teammates for sure. Those two will be on the next Olympic team if things keep trending and they stay healthy. So that'll be a fun one to watch.
Absolutely. All right, now let's move on to kind of the topic of today. The calendar is flipped to July. It's July 2nd. July 1st, several conferences changed in college sports officially, and there are a few more that do not officially happen till August 1st. But Big 12 Media Days are 1 week from today in Las Vegas. The Big 12 standings, preseason media standings, came out today. So football season is here. And in America, football is king. And football, if football is being talked about or football being played, everything else goes to second. And then the hierarchy continues down. because football is number one. So just a couple things. Most of y'all know this, but officially Oklahoma and Texas are now in the SEC. That did happen yesterday, July 1st. The Big 12, the four new ones will be obviously Oklahoma and Texas left, Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado. That does not officially happen till August 1st. I do know that. Now, obviously they're included in the Big 12 standings, and when the media days come, they were going to be there. But officially, I do not believe it's till August 1st. And I believe the same thing with the Big 10. It is not until August 1st, either for USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon, because I read something where their schools out west, like most of the Pac-12, they go to school till like June 20th, college. And you think about like Iowa colleges, they're done like the 10th of May. So something they do out there, maybe they don't go in January. I know a lot of schools have like a J term, and I know a lot of the D3 schools like Central and Simpson and BV, they have what they call like a J term, where they take like one class to get a credit, and that's where a lot of students go abroad for a month instead of going for a semester. They can just go for a month, and several of my friends did that in college. So I don't know if they do that more at the big school level, or it's just something they do. So they're barely done with school, and that's why they're not officially making the transition until August. So just probably trying to get, this is nothing about school and nothing about grades, but these schools do collaborate in research. That is the side of this that people do forget. The Big Ten is a great research conference. They all have medical school, and it's one of the reasons why Iowa State is not in the Big Ten. They don't have a medical school. They don't have this, and this that all the other schools do have, or most of the other schools have, to collaborate and try to solve problems. That's what colleges are about: asking questions, solving problems, and trying to make things better. And then, the ACC, Stanford, Cal, and SMU. And that's the weirdest combination ever, going to the ACC. And then I also was listening to some people today on the radio that if you look deeper, so everybody talks about those three, and then the Big 12 officially is done. There's two schools, Oregon State and Washington State in the Pac-12. But if you go look at the Summit League or Conference USA or the American, those have all changed too. And you don't think about those as much, but I look at the Missouri Valley Basketball League, where Belmont has came in, Murray State is now in, Creighton has left that, Wichita State has left that. It's just it's just a trickle down effect. And honestly, it's happening in high school. We left the CIML in Ottumwa, joined the Alliance. There are already discussions that several of schools that have started the Alliance want out and want to start something different or go join. It's never ending. And that's just reality of today's environment, that everybody's looking for a different situation or want what's best for them. One thing that's happening here in Iowa, and I think maybe Zach and I talked about it, but Waverly Shell Rock has been kicked out of their conference, and no other conference wants them in. So they actually do not have a conference and are asking the state to put them in a conference, which is crazy.
Yeah, the conference changes are weird, especially around college. There's the Big Ten, the Pac-12 merging, the SEC teams, and the new Big 12. Those are really, I think, the three that most people focus on. But as you just mentioned, there's the smaller conferences. There's the ACC is weird, and I didn't even really know about high school trickling down into that, because high school is just something I don't pay attention to. That's definitely you and Zach's area of expertise. But yeah, for Shell Rock, I mean, you would think that they would almost have to get into a conference somewhere, wouldn't they? The state would step in, and otherwise, how do they schedule how do they make their schedule then?
They would just be essentially just go find their own. Now, I truly believe they should come to our conference, but I don't know if other schools believe that or if they really want to come to ours. The problem is they're big, but they're not really big, and they're really, really good at wrestling, like top 2 school in the state in wrestling. But and they're good in every sport. And what happened is the conference that they were in, they were 2 to 3 times bigger than almost every other school. And they were dominating that conference in every sport, everything. And I understand that. They essentially are a suburb of Waterloo, Cedar Falls. Not exact, but it's close. So a lot of people, and they were playing, a Charles City, a Decorah, New Hampton, that are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, bigger towns, but yet not growing a ton because they weren't close to a city. But Waverly Shell Rock, where it's, it is not right next there, but it's close enough where if you want to live there and work in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area, obviously it's very easy to do.